The man leading the charge just picked up his 500th win with BYU softball. Head coach Gordon Eakin back in Studio B. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Nice
to be here.
How does it feel to have 500 wins?
Boy, it went by fast. I had no idea that we were closing in or even close to that. I remember the losses, unfortunately, a lot more than the wins, but it feels great. It's a great accomplishment for the program.
What was the most meaningful win you've had of those 500?
Boy, that's, I don't know, probably the last one we won. It's just, I don't think I could pick out any certain win. Certainly the win over Texas in Austin to go to the Super Regional.
We own Texas.
BYU owns Texas.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to go there, but
we go there.
That was a great win because it sent us to the Super Regional in 2010.
That was huge. I remember.
You have an outstanding pitcher in McKenna Bull who does a lot of work from inside the circle. What is that like, having the luxury of a player like her at such a young age where you can rely on her?
Well, it's a pitching game. Pitching and defense wins championships and takes you farther in postseason, and it's really nice to have McKenna as a sophomore throwing so well and has the ability to keep us in the game against any opponent. So that's a real nice luxury to have.
How would we fare if we were in the batter's box against her?
Kind of like Texas.
She said that she would dust us back. She'd throw high and inside.
Yeah. She's
first pitch.
She's a little ornery on the mound, and she'll get your attention first, and then. But she's pretty special, and we've had baseball players hit off softball pitchers at the national level, or back in the day, we threw to some of the baseball coaches here at BYU, and they're surprised at how tough it is to hit. So I don't give either one of you much of a chance.
Okay. I don't either.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like
you say that she's ornery in the circle when she's pitching. Do you fuel that anyway?
Sure. Yeah. You got to have a little attitude when you're out there, especially as a pitcher. And I don't know if ornery is the right word, but we want her to be a little mean, and we're not afraid to get someone's attention going a little high and tight. So she's got the mentality to do those things.
Well, Bull is the perfect last name for a pitcher, in my opinion.
Yes.
Fantastic. 4 conference titles in 4 different conferences the last 4 years. Is there some level of comfort knowing, all right, we know the schedule and where we're going and that this year? Is it different in any way?
No, I don't think so. We're ready to play wherever we go, whatever venue we play in. We've been fortunate to play in a lot of different venues over the last few years and come out on top. So wherever they send us to play, we'll go and we'll play and we'll compete and hopefully we'll win.
Do you wish you were in another new conference this year just to keep that streak going?
I'm not sure anyone will ever break our record.
That's unbelievable.
Has that ever happened? Were you ever told, like, hey, this has never happened?
I don't believe so, but I've never been told it's a record, but I think it is, and I don't think it'll ever be broken.
Man.
Sun delays are a real, and Jeremy wanted to ask you about the sun delays in the game of softball at Gail Miller Field are a real thing.
I'd never heard of this until BYU softball. You stop the game when the sun is in the batter's eye sometimes. How often does this happen? When did you discover this?
Well, it's more a function that the catcher can't see the pitcher.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty important when McKenna Bull is bringing a pitch at you 67 miles an hour, you can see it. The umpire feels a little discomfort at that point too. So the sun just happens to, depending on the time of year, and it's usually in April and May, it just sits right there for about 10 or 15 minutes where you just can't see the pitcher.
You say, 67 miles an hour, and people think, well, in baseball, they're throwing 100. It can't be that fast. It's way different. From 60 feet away. It feels like 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's we pitch from 43 feet. So I don't know exactly how it correlates, but a 67-mile-an-hour pitch, 60-mile-an-hour pitch from 43 feet is equivalent to a 90-plus mile-an-hour pitch from 60 feet 6 inches.
That's some serious stuff. It's been really warm in Provo. Has that helped you at all in practice? I know you guys travel a lot. You're playing a ton, but has that affected your team positively in any way?
Absolutely. To be able to get outside in January to practice And in February to practice is huge for us. We typically, when we go on our first tournament in early February, we haven't touched grass or dirt for, 3 or 4 months. So from October sometimes, maybe November. But it's been huge for us. We would like to keep this weather, get a little more snow on the mountains, but keep this weather down here.
Gordon Eakin, the head softball coach at BYU, in Studio B on BYU Sports Nation. You went to Mexico as part of one of your early season trips. What was the best part about making the trip south of the border?
Well, winning is always good. We played well, and we won all 4 games we played. The experience and the way we were treated there by not only the tournament organizers, which was Triple Crown, but the people was a great experience. We got to do a clinic for 70 third through 5th grade elementary school kids with 1 translator. That was interesting but fun. They were great kids. Our players loved that. And then we got to attend church on Sunday there, and that was a very special experience.
Do you need a karma bump for the 2 doubleheaders this weekend?
We do, and last
year.
year,
for that.
Yeah, last year you had a real good track record with this karma bump.
Ashley Robinson hitting home runs, McKenna Bull pitching out of her mind.
Yes, we need that again.
St. Clair.
Well, let's give it the BYU Sports Nation karma to the softball team, which you can watch these games Friday at 6 Eastern on BYUtv against Oklahoma State. We expect big things now, just like a no-hitter or something. Nothing big.
When you talk about the national exposure that your team gets from BYUtv, or if you're in the super regionals, how does that affect recruiting? I mean, tangibly, how does that affect recruiting?
It's huge. I mean, I go out recruiting all the time, and we'll have people walk up to me and say, "Hey, we saw your game on TV." So it brings great exposure, and with exposure and success brings great recruiting opportunities. So BYUtv, as this program, Sports Nation, is really, really big for us in the recruiting area.
Okay, on the record, do you or your coaches give out candy at first or third base during the games to base runners?
Did you say for the record or on the record?
On the record.
On the record, no, we do not.
Okay, we'll have to watch this weekend and find out, because I think I've seen otherwise.
Hey, if somebody wants to keep Jolly Ranchers jelly beans in their pocket and snack on them during the game, that's
I
what
would
the coaches
choke
want
when
to
I'm
do.
going
That's what
to
the coaches want to do. Fine.
I'm going to steal.
Leave it be.
All right. Gordon Eakin says no. We'll find out this weekend.
My goodness. Coach, great to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
We wish you the best against Oklahoma State and Utah Valley.